Yep, the title's true. I've wasted 3 years of my life not taking lifting seriously and stunting my potential growth for my future self. In 2023, so this would be 3 years ago, I was in like eighth grade and I would, lift, but never get consistent and just like lift and then I can never go for longer than like 2 weeks and get consistent. And my brain would be like rude to me. I would have all these plans and goals to like, lock in and lift weights. And then whenever it would be time to lift weights, it would be like, no, let's not do that. Let's do something else. Let's just sit down. Let's just do that. I cannot get control over my brain and for it to become an asset instead of an enemy for me and doing the things that need to get done. Like I have all these goals and my brain is just not giving me the motivation or discipline to do it. It's like against me. In fact, it was actually advocating me to do things that would worsen my physique, like eat junk food and just sit down all day. That is normal. It's just a sign of poor mental health. You need to be gratitude journaling and meditating in order to fix your mental health because mental health is the real core problem and all these other things are symptoms. You need to be prioritizing your mental health above all else because for any of your goals that you have, whether that's achieving your dream physique, starting a business, getting better grades at school, maybe getting better in an instrument, you have to improve your mental health either before or alongside it, or else you're not going to become consistent or successful in it. I thought I didn't need to do the gratitude journaling and the meditation because I thought my mental health was quite good. I was wrong. I was experiencing the symptoms and I didn't really take it seriously. I didn't make that connection. Like I was experiencing the symptoms, my brain not being an asset, wanting to lock in, and then my brain just being like, no, let's not do that. And in this like society that we live in of like fast food and social media, it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna have a terrible mental health, even if you think you have relatively good mental health. Okay, on to the practical steps. What I did in the summer of 2025, which was about 235 days ago, I created a consistency tracker on Notion, which is the app that I use for if I've lifted or not. It was very successful. For the past 235 days, I've lifted 141 days, so that's 60%. You might think 60%, that's not that good. If you wanted to lift 6 days a week, that would be around 85%. You're missing 25%. That's true. For the past 4 weeks, it's been lacrosse season, so I've only lifted 3 times in 4 weeks, so it tanked. But even before then, it was only hovering around 70 because I would get sick a lot and I would also not, I usually wouldn't lift 6 days a week. I usually would lift five just because I was being being lazy and not fully locking in. But it did fix one thing. I actually got consistent in it because before the last 3 years, I would only lift for like 2 weeks and then be done. But here, I'm actually sticking with it, even if it's not as much as I want it to be. I'm actually sticking with it, and I'm actually finally to see some progress. I mean, it hasn't been crazy, but it's been some progress worth the amount of, worth the amount of effort I've been putting in. Some other tips of lifting is you need to schedule your lifts and plan a time of day that you're going to lift at that time of the day every single time you lift. So you should be lifting around probably to start 3 days a week or whatever is the smallest, easiest, like lowest barrier to success for you to do. So then once you've done that, because it's a low barrier to success, so it's likely you're going to do that. Once you do that, you feel that success and that high, and then you actually want to go lifting again, even above and beyond, because you've already hit that goal, and you want to go and above and beyond because it made you feel good from hitting that bar of success. So you want to set the bar of success low, so maybe around 3 days a week or 2 days a week or whatever. But realistically, you want to be increasing it. You don't want to stay at 2 or 3 days a week. You want to be increasing it. You want to prioritize it, and you want it to be like 6 days a week. So if you are, I'm pretty sure if you are, I can't speak for other religions, but if you're a Christian and on the Sabbath is Sunday, so that leaves the other 6 days to lift. What I did during the summer of 2025 was Um, in the morning, I would wake up at 6 a.m. I would lift because I had adjustable dumbbells and an adjustable bench. I would lift from 6 a.m. to around 7 a.m. And then from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I would like get ready for school, and then I had school at 8:30. So that's how I got most of my lifts in. And another big tip is you should be lifting with friends. Friends make lifting so much better when you have this tribal community of you just lifting with other people. It's so it's so much funner. It's so much easier to get consistent because your friends there, so you already have it scheduled, your friends there, and so it's like it's more of you can't miss it because then your friend's gonna be like, hey, you said we were going, then you didn't show up, like what the hell? So it can be funner. You're gonna be more consistent. You're probably gonna make more progress because if you're more consistent, but even if not more consistent, you're gonna be probably pushing harder because when like you have other people watching, you're gonna push harder. And yeah, dude, friends, I've never had like a gym bro in the gym. Actually, I have at some times, but never for a really long time, and they weren't as serious as me, but having friends in the gym is really fun. Okay, now let's talk about equipment. You could either get a gym membership or you could get adjustable dumbbells and an adjustable bench, which is what I did. The adjustable dumbbells and bench, it's probably going to be around $500. I would probably say under $500 in order to do that. Maybe 500 to 750. But that's a one-time purchase, and then you're good forever. And adjustable dumbbells, adjustable bench, that's probably good. Like for you could probably get your peak physique just from that, as long as you're going to failure. And then the gym membership, you might think, oh, a gym membership is expensive or it's busy. So let's focus on expensive. If it's expensive, then that should be motivation for you to make some more money and improve your income. Like, don't say it's too expensive. Say, what can I do in order to afford this? And also, there are some community centers that are free for teenagers that have like a gym in there. Okay, now we're focusing on the diet part. If you are watching this video, I'm going to assume you are anywhere from 12 years old to 20. If you're in that range, you should be bulking, unless you're kind of like a big, hefty dude. You should probably be bulking because how I see it is, do you deserve a cut? Like, lean is law. Do you deserve a cut? So if you're gonna cut right now, are you gonna have any muscle mass? For me, probably not. Not as much as I would want in order to be like, to have the best physique. I don't deserve a cut right now, so that's why I'm bulking right now. I am 150 pounds and I have some muscle mass, but not like insane. So I don't deserve a cut right now. So I'm bulking in order to get closer to that 160. Once I really want to get to that like 180 range or 190 range and then cut down to like 170. So I have 40 pounds to go. That's a long journey to me. So you need to bulk in order to gain muscle mass. And then once you have that muscle mass, then you deserve a cut in order to lean down and then have it really show and just be awesome. You need to stick to it. If you aren't making any gains or it doesn't feel like you're making any gains or it's slow, you need to stick to the gym because you need to believe and have this growth mindset and believe that, hey, being, even if I'm not growing my physique the fastest, come 6 or 8 years time, I will probably have the dream physique that I'd want or close to it. And like that's helped me so much of like when you like get stuck in a rut and you're like, dang, my physique has kind of stayed stagnant for like the past month or whatever. You need to stick to it because in 6 and 8 years time, you probably will have your dream physique and you just need to stick to it because over the years and over just like learning and just doing the work and over time you'll just figure out what works best for you. Like that's how people learned stuff before they had the internet. They would just go practice an instrument. They would say, "Oh, this sounds good. Oh, you learned that. Now you get better." It's like you have like breaking points where you like learn something new. Like for me, a breaking point I've had is instead of lifting, like, let's say so let's say for my push day, which is push, I am on push, pull, legs, split. So my push day, which is chest, shoulders, and tricep, instead of having 6 exercises with 3 sets each, instead, now that I'm doing, since it's the cross season and I have less time, I'm doing 3 exercises with 3 sets each. So you might think, why am I doing half the work? Well, I'm actually doing more work because during every single one of those sets, so it's one exercise for chest, it's one exercise for this, and it's one exercise for triceps. So for during those 3 sets, I'm going till failure every single set. And it I think everybody should be going till failure because it guarantees muscle growth. If you're lifting to like till you like how much you think you're close to failure, I'm about 5 reps shy of failure, whatever. You're not guaranteeing much muscle growth. If you're going till failure, you are guaranteeing it. And for this stuff, you want to be guaranteeing it. Also, it makes me the most sore I've ever felt. And I think that's just natural. I know soreness doesn't like correlate to muscle growth like scientifically, but like psychologically, it does. You guys should all watch Hamza's video on lifting because it's what inspired this video and gave me my knowledge on the subject of lifting and the training till failure part. And subscribe to this channel if you want to start the Christian revolution.